thank you for your advocacy and your leadership, and I want to thank all the members of American Legions for being here and for your continued work to be able to get Congress to move on some of these priority legislation. I appreciate all the hard work. I read your testimony, and I appreciate the clarity and the urgency in the testimony that you've submitted. One of the things that I want to get a better understanding of after reviewing your testimony is, from the priorities that you have outlined, what do you believe is the single biggest systematic failure in how we currently deliver benefits to veterans, and what specific legislative action should we be prioritizing to address it?
Thank you, Representative King Hinds. I'm going to ask again our VA and our Director Cole Isle to address that question.
Thank you, Commander. I think if we're going to talk specifics in the benefits process, it's the high rate of remands from the Board of Veterans' Appeals, and that is directly resulted from the quality of CMP exams in that process. The VA largely utilizes contractors to conduct those CMP exams, and there is fairly consistent in our regional office action review site visits. We find inadequate DBQs that are submitted for CMP exams that result in appeals, delays, things like that. So I would say that's the biggest
Point of failure?
Point of failure. And there are several bills to include the MDEO. I'm forgetting on what the specific bill number is off the top of my head, but to improve the oversight of those contractors and ensure there's quality in those CMP exams.
Okay. Where do you see is the widest gap then between some of these legislation that have been enacted, going back to the point that Senator Tillis was making, right, with regards to the delivery? Is it, in terms of connecting legislation and the actual delivery and the way that the VA currently does its job?
It's a great question. From a 30,000-foot view perspective, I would say really education and advocacy, and educating veterans, many of whom often feel like that if they apply for disability compensation, they're going to be taking something away from another veteran. So I would say, from a top-level view, that's the biggest thing between legislation and actual delivery of benefits, is educating veterans.
Well, I'd like to continue working with the American Legions to figure out how to actually address those systematic failures. Thank you. I yield my time.